We all leave ourselves open to snoopers when we open up our laptops in public places, but there's a piece of software here at Mobile World Congress in Barcelona that thwarts any casual eavesdropper by blurring the screen.
So this is Optio Labs' Private Eye Enterprise software product, and what it's doing is paying attention to the world out in front of the computer, and it's looking for threats. When I sit back and decide to go get a coffee, which I'll do now, Private Eye notices that I'm not paying attention to the computer anymore. And as long as I'm not paying attention, we protect the screen. If I'm away and someone who's not authorized to use the computer sits down, you're not an authorized user. Private Eye is aware that you're there, but you're not allowed in. As soon as it sees me, it recognizes me by face and lets me in just like that. I didn't have to type a password. The other part that we solve is, well, what if I am working and I'm paying attention and someone sneaks up behind me to get a look at what I'm doing? If someone was to look over my shoulder, Private Eye pops up their face live on the screen in a little video window.
Right.
The tool does something else that's very important, is that it lays down an audit trail of all of the events that are happening out here in the real world in front of the machine. And it lets the IT guys look across the organization in a snapshot and recognize if they're seeing anything that is off the baseline. And in digging in, they can get all the way down to discovering the picture of the person that was involved in the incident.
So what about if I had a photograph of you and I placed that in front of the camera? Can you trick the software into thinking that I am you?
Yeah, you can trick it a little bit, but fortunately we have this compensating factors, and it might fool it because if it's actually my face and if it's video, it's going to appear to be live. It'll fool it, and it'll let this person in. And as soon as they put the camera down, they're recognized as being an intruder, and their face gets logged, and an alert gets sent off to the IT manager, and he gets a knock on the shoulder because we know who he is, we caught him.
But how foolproof is such an approach?
I think the addition of privacy software that recognizes faces and starts to blur or lock screens when an unexpected person is in front of them is a useful step forward. But frankly, I think I'd rather sit next to you and wait until I see you type your password in. Once I've seen you type your password in, I can probably see on screen what your login name is or your email address is. Actually, that probably gives me a lot more options where I never had to physically touch your keyboard, and I can likely access your data or your systems remotely.